One Piece 1011 Analysis. Bigmom's Haoshoku Haki, Alliance to Yonko Rift. Hello everyone, welcome back to Top Shounen. In chapter 1010 earlier, when Bigmom was about to fall into the sea, he received a response from Kaido. He knocked Luffy out, then rushed to attack Zoro, who was on the job of blocking Prometheus. Although Kaido missed Zoro, he was also attacked by Law, but he also flipped him in response, and Prometheus escaped, with Napoleon to rescue Bigmom. While Zoro was sorry to let Prometheus escape, Kid and Killer volunteered to stop Bigmom, saying that just separating two Yonko is enough. Below, Prometheus was able to help Bigmom. He also defamed Zeus and took advantage of something. On the dome, Kaido was about to finish off Luffy, ignoring Kid and Killer leaving, or Law and Zoro standing there. Seeing that the captain was in danger, Zoro launched a killing blow with all his might. Zoro uses the demonic sword Ashura to attack Kaido. In that moment, Zoro suddenly releases Haoshoku Haki, a slash that causes Kaido to receive a second scar in his life. And in return, Kaido used both Haoshoku Haki to buff on the Mallow, unleashing the strongest of his 8 monster lightning attacks, defeating both Law and Zoro. At this moment Luffy regained consciousness, and after being hit, he realized the true use of Haoshoku Haki. At the same time, in that moment of life and death, Luffy also realized the words that Old Man Ho taught, and used the high-level Haoshoku Haki perfectly. With this new power, Luffy caused Kaido and Law to be shocked, stopped blocking the Mo, then repeatedly punched Kaido without touching. After Kaido fell to the ground, Luffy told Law to bring Zoro down, which he handed over to him. How will Luffy and Kaido continue? And what is Bigmom doing with the clouds? Can Kid and Killer keep her? Here, we invite you to the One Piece chapter 1011 analysis, titled, Yonko Standards. Let me explain a little bit to you in this paragraph. Yonko is the name of a type of red bean powder, the ingredient used to make Oshiruko soup. This is also the red bean tea that Bigmom ate. In the spoiler, the sources said this chap's name is the meaning of red bean. But depending on the translation, you should not have to ask questions about this matter. Now will be the main content of chapter 1011, as usual. Congratulations Sanji on making his comeback first, even if it's just on the cover. A real headache, that's the old woman, running. This is the reaction of the two young men, but the previous chapter also insisted on going to stop Bigmom. Just saw her fly up, rushed, and strange phenomenon happened to the clouds, is the work of Bigmom. She comes back with a new homie in hand, which is made entirely of lightning, unlike Zeus. Thanks to the power of Sorosoru, Bigmom can still divide his soul, creating new homies. Maybe it also weakens Bigmom a little, so she can't give birth too much homie. And having the same ability as Zeus, this new homie is still different from it. That means for each type, Bigmom can only create one homie. This new homie is named Hera. Like the previous video I said, Hera is the name of the wife of Zeus. In Greek mythology, Hera gave birth to Cronus. She was also the sister of Zeus. In One Piece, Zeus and Hera were both born by Bigmom. Can call Hera the sister of Zeus. Oda was very skillful when using foreign legends. And if in Greece, Zeus forced Hera to be his wife, then it is unknown that the thundercloud will swallow this lightning homie, both a favorite and a female, Bigmom that combines Zeus with Hera again. More powerful. And she was about to launch an attack, targeting Kid with Killer, to test how this new pet was doing. What the hell? Haven't we just finished dealing with the lightning? Because Bigmom's power is too great, it is hard to blame Kid who knows nothing. He thought that Zeus was Bigmom could not fire. But if so, she wouldn't be able to become Yonko. Show your strength, Hera. Bigmom launched a very powerful move, named Fulgura, which means lightning Chan, and this is also the name of the goddess Thunder God in Roman mythology. Name homie and Bigmom's moves are named after the gods. And judging on a certain aspect, Bigmom also has a few features of angels, something she rarely shows. Hera's blow caused a large area of Oni Island to be destroyed, piercing the dome, blowing the two Kid and Killer into the castle. On the top of the skull now, Zeus was still bewildered to not understand what was going on. But the box suddenly came out, and due to the weak Kid's abilities, Zeus was able to escape. He also immediately flew to find Bigmom, but Law also found out, Kid must be on his stomach. He quickly understood what had just happened to Kid, and only if Bigmom was abused, his power weakened like that. And you notice, Zoro is even more pathetic, after defending Hawkeye, taking a full hit of Haoshoku Haki, Zoro is completely motionless, Law is helping him up. At this point, the two men walked down the stairs to be dead, but Hawken told the survival rate of Lu and Zoro by the end of the month to be 19%. So Zoro was definitely fine, the staircase couldn't assassinate him, because Law opened the teleport room for sure. Bigmom is in the castle right now, so it's very unpredictable to let her take this one back. Hey Straw Hat, I'll take everyone with it. Through this section, we see Law's power again. Now I understand why you moved Zichsao straight down to be secured on the second floor. It was by observing Haki, no one would blame Law for losing to King. A man who relied on his health like a buffalo, only found out Shinobu, how could he, with the observed Haki, encompass a Nagashima like Law? On the dome he could still feel Kid, Killer and Bigmom inside the castle. Back in chapter 1000, when Luffy asked Law, he immediately rushed Kinnaman's group down to the second floor. Because they couldn't move on their own, no one else could carry them inside, but could only ask Law. Haki watched in his room covered the demon castle, and there was a high chance that Law knew who the mysterious shadow at the end of chapter 1004 was. That's why he sent a chain of stars to that person, and now Law will take Zoro to safety as well. Despite all his bones being broken, Law is still a leading surgeon, and Zoro's bones will be quickly restored by him, thanks to his Op ability. The problem is whether Zoro has enough strength to continue fighting or not. With Luffy and Kaido left on the dome, Law did exactly what he wanted. Kaido also started to stand up, although it was a bit longer than a Yonko, perhaps he was surprised that Luffy could do the same. Kaido doesn't care about Kid and Killer going to stop Big Mom, because he believes his mom can't lose, and doesn't even notice that Law leaves. Big Mom too, Kid and Killer dare to challenge her, she has to deal first. Big Mom also believes the other three can't do anything about Kaido. So Lu was satisfied solo with the most powerful creature in the world, so he smiled brightly. It also delighted Kaido, you seem to be enjoying it. It seems the more dangerous, the more you grin. Right. It is true that Luffy was laughing, when the other four left, not only did he not worry, but he was also happy. He is enjoying the feeling of death against a Yonko, although the odds of being killed are much higher than hitting the council, but Luffy still prefers to win with his own strength. Unfortunately, Kaido is the same type of person, they laughed and rushed into each other. Luffy now reacts much faster, catching up with Kaido's speed. But now that Kaido was not surprised anymore, he hit Luffy with all his might, just like when compared to Big Mom. Lu and Kaido-sensei's battle was like Whitebeard and Roger, they never touched each other. First with a fist, then a kick, Luffy blocked Kaido's litmus, the collision between the two created a great shock, causing the dome to shake. But if you say that Luffy is at the same level of Yonko, it is still a long time. The simplest is this picture frame, you can see the Haki emanating from Kaido's cycle is dense, it is much more than Luffy. He has the strongest hybrid form, for which Luffy wants to defeat the world's strongest in normal form, sounding a bit bluff. I believe Luffy will have new gear sooner or later, or at least another variant of Gear 4, to shorten the gap in Haki. The match between the two who like to die was temporarily cut off, making room for developments inside the castle. Big Mom's attack broke one corner of the Skull's Arch, located at the second and third floors. Kid seems to have been immobilized by lightning for a moment, the proof that he just woke up. No matter what the shattered iron box, Hira's power is really terrible, to let it cooperate with Zeus is sure. Fortunately, Law is smart. The hole she made was so big, I guess she doesn't know where we were shot. Kid, if she's not on this floor, well, it must be down there, quick. We can't let her get back together with Kaido. Actually, Big Mom has just reached the top once, she has not had the need to continue, but is also hunting these two guys, otherwise she flew to one. On the way down to the second floor, the Zoo Ice soldiers discovered Kid and Killer. They swore to charge to kill, but suddenly Hawken appeared to intervene. Recognizing the acquaintance, Kid stopped immediately, he probably hated these traitors more than Kaido. You risked your life too, if you thought you could match us, the traitor mice. Kid is mocking Hawken as a rabbit's, ignoring the explanation after that, it is just literature. To justify cowardice. Raising her mouth to turn over Yonko, but when the battle came, he believed in some fortune-telling. When she met Kaido, she was on her knees to beg. Hawken is like a tiger with a mouse liver, he tells a 0% survival rate against Kaido, but isn't Kid and Killer still not dead? Even if they get stronger, this kind of person like this Hakan will forever do nothing in the new age. With this mouse that does not require the captain to get his hands dirty, Killer tells Kid to go ahead, and will stay behind to handle Hakan on his own. The dilapidated Kid pulled the cicadas to ask Bigmom for a bowl of onion porridge, and Killer and Hakan started fighting. So much simpler, the chance of me winning against both of you is very low, you are very diligent, right? Hunting Dog of the Year, Hakan seemed overconfident, thinking that the Kid leaves and he wins. But with what has been shown on top of the skull, and yet to receive any fatal blow, I still rate Killer higher. Mindfully, even though he was inferior to Law, he was still able to read Hakan's game, then beat him. Hakan's transformation prepared to act, he also said Killer's death rate was 92%, so the one with only 1% chance of survival is not this guy. The next paragraph is just a few curses, true to the point, so I will skip it to continue with the happenings below the second floor. The dinosaur is clinging to Komakiyo, how many unknown bullets can he withstand? Unreasonable stubbornness. Page 1 caught up with Nami's group, who used his strongest hybrid form, making them afraid of losing their honey. Nami and Usopp continuously attacked, from the eyes, nose, temples, jaw, to the throat, all of them were weak points. However, the weather rod with the kabuto was not enough to scratch the itch, how to penetrate the dinosaur's skin. The Zoan system is a melee king, and Usopp is an ADC, while Nami's skill set is also suitable for long-range attacks. The two are taking their own quarrel, fighting the enemy's forte. But basically for the ADC, the moment he was approached and attacked by the enemy, the odds of losing were already huge. And Page 1 looked as big as Komakiyo, carrying 4 people and running made her very tired. It ran while breathing hard, the tongue also began to stick out, but as in real life, you should go buy lemongrass and shrimp paste. Seeing this, Otama encouraged her to encourage him, Komakiyo, fighting. We are almost there. Orella is feeding a lot of bad guys dango, so I'll take control of them all. Once I reach the 5th floor, it is my duty to make them allies, and then I will wear them anyway. But we cannot stop without doing that, let's try a little more. In my opinion, Otama's encouragement is good, but not very effective. She should have brought the hamster, and when the dog was slow, he would raise it up his nose, inhale the neighbor's smell and he would run like a horse. But the plan that Otama outlined is really great, she plans to run from the 1st floor to the 5th floor, feeding all of her kibi dango. The Speed, Gazelman and Dayfugo were sharing the cake, her next target was the music hall. And when his goal was completed, Otama willingly ignored everything, even if he died. Since she wanted to be a kunoichi, Tama expressed her determination in chapter 996, "Oh Nami, don't underestimate us. We are samurai too, we came here to fight." Or chapter 1042, Otama pinched his cheeks to exhaustion, because she wanted to eat well, wanted to defeat Kaido. A Wano without Orokai and Kaido, a Wano for which Momonosuke is a shogun. You are so depressed about being hungry all year round, do you also have the right to eat a bowl of white rice? This was the reason Otama decided to die. But despite her determination, an 8-year-old girl like Tama couldn't help but feel fear. And Usopp felt guilty for not being able to protect the girl, he shot Page 1 with a blue star to death. Its heat worried Nami, which was also the reason Usopp hadn't used it earlier. Saint explained that these were only for long-range attacks, Page 1 just fell, Usopp added another blast. Many bombs exploded at the same time, but let's say the dinosaur skin was too thick, Page 1 could still get up, and was very bitter. Real bitch. When we can't feed him kibi dango, because he doesn't eat the smile, Usopp's quote answers our question about whether Tama's purebred cake works with Zoan systems. The answer is no, it only works for animals, or smiles. If so, there is a high possibility that a genuine artificial Zoan, like Momonosuke's, is not afraid of kibi dango. Continuing with Nami's group, they quickly fled as soon as Usopp cut Page 1's tail. But avoid melon peel to meet coconut shell, this shell is even bigger, that is Bigmom is on his way to hunt for Kid. Nami and Usopp got scared and cried, and it also shook Bigmom, Thief and Long Nose, so the Straw Hats. Looking at Bigmom's face, maybe all the outrage that was brought up by the supernovas for a while, she would pour it all out on their heads. But fortunately, the innocent Tama saved them all, Olin-chan. As soon as Otama called out, Bigmom immediately changed his attitude, "Oh Otama, what are you doing in this scary place? I'm worried about you Olin, she was taken away while we were in Uden." Nami and Usopp were extremely shocked, when he saw that Big Mom suddenly became friendly when he met Tama. Prometheus, on the other hand, feels this is not good at all, no good, it's Mama's motherhood. Sometimes Mama becomes like that with kids under 10 years old. Sometimes it means that not with every child Big Mom is the same. For example, Momonosuke, this kid is too lewd, so even though he knew Olin from Kuri, up to Yuden. But when it was hung up for execution, Big Mom still laughed and said, she totally didn't care about it. And Otama is different, remembering at the beach in Kuri, everyone was afraid to see Big Mom, just like now, only Otama was not. Any mother loves her child, and a good child will not be afraid of her mother, perhaps that is why Big Mom mercilessly withdraws his child's life, but turns on motherhood when he meets Otama. This state only occurs when she meets good children, who must be under 10 years old. Prometheus was a homie born from Big Mom's soul, so he understood her, but her children did not know anything. Because if they know, they have always prepared children to ease Big Mom's anger. I'm wondering if Otama can wake Big Mom up when she goes crazy? I don't dare answer this one, but when Big Mom lost her memory and got hungry, Otama brought her back to Okabor town, and Tsuru cooked red bean tea for her to eat. Sorry Olin, we're all, that's not enough, but you still give me food, even if you have nothing, thank you, Tsuru. It was like when she was abandoned by her parents on the island, then picked up from the shore by Caramel's mother, raised and fed. This action evokes Big Mom's past, hits her hard on her emotions, so Big Mom remembers it like that. She thanks Otama for worrying about her, which is a surprise to the plotting to assassinate the Vinsmoke clan, right at the wedding ceremony of her child. You will never forget the taste of Haoshoku soup that Port Tsuru gave you in Okabor town. Big Mom is not confused now, she is so sober that what happens when she loses her memory is still printed. And Big Mom in Yuden is also wonderful, kind as an angel, like the homie names and her moves. Those townspeople treat me too nicely, even though they are so poor. So I wanted to bring back lots of Haoshoku, to share them with them. I want to share with everyone. Big Mom was fed like Luffy, and also intended to take back food to share with everyone like Luffy. The ill-fated queen had to catch the full wrath of Olin, for not surrendering Haoshoku. So with the love for Okabor town, what will happen when Big Mom knows that this place has been destroyed? Sadly Otama recounted the whole thing, since I said it in the summary, I will pass this part. This is Big Mom's expression when he remembers when Tsuru gave me red bean tea, and after Otama shed tears, it was also a drop of water. Big Mom started to protect little Otama. So the culprit is Kaido's subordinates? Do they dare to do that to the town that has sincerely treated me? When Mom gets older, don't be foolish, but page 1 doesn't know, he thinks she's still his boss Kaido's sister. Big Mom, at the right time, do not let those rats escape, even normally, daring to be so insolent as this, let alone Big Mom is mad. Page 1 turns into Zoan form, and rushes to kill the Otama group. However, Big Mom stepped out to block them with a fist that gave off a jet of black Haoshoku Haki. The shuffles, the pirates are ruthless, but the pirates still have their own standards, bitches, page 1 was punched in the end. The punch is similar to Luffy and Kaido, covered with high-class Haoshoku Haki. Big Mom's hand never touched page 1, but it felt like he broke his neck, blood was gushing out from his mouth. The standards of the pirates, it is hard to find those words that are coming from Big Mom's mouth, which is true queen of morality. Jinbe also once said about that, when X-Drake asked to change sides, join the insurgents, don't get close to Luffy, X-Drake. Even pirates have their own religion. Whitebeard's religion is to protect his family, not to harm civilians. Shanks is a friend, and does not use his strength to oppress the weak. Big Mom, her religion is not harming people who are genuinely kind to me. What about Kaido? We'll know that soon, but now that page 1 seems more or less good and evil, it's likely that the bad guy Hawken mentioned is him. At this time, the soldiers around panicked, when suddenly Big Mom protected the enemy again, knocking down one of his commanders. Just when Kid and Zeus arrived, the Hera she just created was nowhere to be seen, not knowing what Big Mom integrated it into. Chances are Prometheus asked Big Mom to create Hera, then remove Zeus. As you can see now it is the only homie flying next to Big Mom, of course I let her ride, and will be pampered. And Hera is likely to be integrated with something, like a Napoleon sword and hat. But this is not worth discussing as Ultai, she appeared just in time to witness her brother being defeated. With Ultai's nature, she would be bothered because page 1, even the name of her brother called unknown, proves that Ultai used Haki to observe, feel the power of Big Mom, and page 110 died 9. Ultai was trembling with anger, but still did not know how she would act. This hypothesis would like to see you in another video, and just now, I have analyzed the latest chapter 1011 of One Piece. If you find it interesting, please donate the likes, shares, and subscribe to a channel to support Top Shounen. Goodbye and see you again.
Yeah.